What's up? It's your boy Enigma back with another Mind of a Black Author podcast. I almost forgot my podcast name there for a second. And today we're going to revisit the book, Not Like Us. So, if you've been following these podcast releases and these character releases, we've already talked about the three main characters on the book. So you got Caleb right there. He's the smart brother. You have the drug dealing brother here and JP. And you have the social media influencer, Swan, right here. There's one more main character that I did not show on the book. And actually, the one thing I love about the cover designer, and I didn't even think about it, maybe he did it by mistake, but the main character who kind of touches base, who has a web with all three of these characters, is Avi. He's a multi-billionaire. And he's not on the cover because he's never really seen. You know, he likes to do things in the background, which is actually smart because these are the three people that he influences, but he is never seen in here. So let's talk about Avi. So you don't really see him until probably, I want to say 6 or 7 chapters in. And Avi is a multi-billionaire. He basically earned his money, you know, doing real estate deals and other under the table stuff. And he's a head of a group of friends that he calls, well, we don't call them friends, call them associates, a group of associates that he calls the table. And they pretty much try to do a lot of under the table deals, which is probably why they call themselves the table. Never really thought about that. But anyways, basically they're a group of wealthy individuals and they're trying to do another real estate not say scandal, but hustle is, I guess, the best word for it. And the problem they're running into is billionaires aren't as popular anymore, and they're getting a lot of pushback, protests, and things like that anytime they try to do anything. So Avi, what he's trying to do himself is he wants this deal to go through. So he takes Caleb, who's the one in the middle, introduces himself to Caleb, and tries to use him as the black face of the project. So basically, the properties and things that they're doing, Caleb is the face of it, and they're all in the background, still getting, you know, a cut of everything that goes on. And so what he wants to do, he actually respects Caleb because Caleb does a bunch of things to make money. He's impressed that he saw the cryptocurrency before a lot of people did, and also a couple of short he did on some stock short squeezes. And so he respects Caleb's mind and kind of mentors him in a certain aspect of it. But, you know, he still has his own agenda, Avi does. And that's what makes this character so great is the fact that he's manipulating pretty much everything to go the way that he wants it to go, and while still having respect for certain people. So he does get involved with JP. I'm not going to go into too much details on that story, but he does have a connection with JP, and he also has a connection with Swan. Now, Swan in his connection, it's a symbiotic relationship, I guess. You know, he gets stuff out of the relationship, and she gets stuff out of the relationship too. You don't really get to find out exactly what they are to each other until much later in the story. But she always pops around. She's at every event that he hosts, and he pays her to show up to these events. And he manipulates her just like he manipulates everybody else. And so Avi, you could call him the antagonist of the book. You know, I guess he's probably is the antagonist. Not going to call him that, just call him that. But he's the one that runs everything. He has all the money and the power. And so when you hear stories like this, the book is heavily influenced by Billions and Succession. And what's the one thing that billionaires want? I mean, this dude is a multi-billionaire person already. So what else could he want? Well, the answer to that is more. And that's what billionaires want. You know, we talk about real life billionaires, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, you know, Bill Gates, and I don't know why I can never remember the Amazon guy, but him and everybody in Walmart, you know, all these billionaires, what is it that they want? If you have all the money in the world, what is it that you want? Now, me and you as regular people, if we had $1 billion, we would want for nothing. at least initially. I think eventually you'll start to kind of wonder what else can you do with your life now that you have everything covered financially. And the truth is, that's all billionaires want. They want more. And so Avi, he doesn't have to work if he doesn't want to. He could just chill on his big bundle, but he wants more. And so he's trying to do these property deals. He's trying to do these underhanded stock deals. He is basically trying to do more, which is similar to what Bobby Axelrod and the other billionaires on Billions were doing. And he also introduces the characters to some of these other things that we never see as regular individuals. So, when I had him on my head when I was writing him, one of the things I had with him, the vision in my head, he reminded me of The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino. And he doesn't necessarily force himself on you. He basically makes you make the decision, but he knows the decision that you're going to make, if that makes sense. He would tell Caleb, this isn't for you, knowing that Caleb was going to say, I insist, and still, expose himself to stuff that he really shouldn't be exposed to. And so he manipulates that way. He's almost like the devil's advocate, free will. Like, you basically made the choice to do this. I warned you, told you not to do this, but you did it anyway. So that's the type of person he is. He's very powerful. And let me shut up before I give out too much of the story. As always, the name of the book is Not Like Us. You can check more information out on this story and these characters by going to www.enigmakid.com. That's www.enigmakid.com. Again, drops January 31st. I hope to have a couple of reviews out prior to the release. It'll be available in hardback, paperback, and Kindle versions. You can actually pre-order the Kindle version if you're interested. But check it out. Not Like Us. Stories taken directly from the news. You're going to enjoy this book. Trust me. Deuces.